Hey everybody, happy Monday evening. It is about 6:15 here in Porter, Texas. About to go run some errands, and we're going to use Tesla FSD version 13.2.8 to do it. Let's go. Push the little blue button. Start heading out of my home driveway. Navigate around my brother-in-law's GMC Sierra and my next door neighbor's Yukon. Perfect. Two of the largest vehicles known to man on planet Earth, and got in between them. Perfect. All right, continuing to navigate through my street here. Finally, another sedan. Short-lived though, minivan and a Toyota Tacoma. All right, put on the right blinker. No cars coming, or I should say no trucks coming. And we're good to go. Well, there comes one, but you're too late. Well, that's a Ford Expedition right there. All right, got the 5.0 right there in their GMC Sierra. Watching for traffic coming through. We're doing 30 and a 30, so we're good to go. No issues with us. Beautiful day here in the greater Houston metro area. It is currently 83 degrees outside. Sunny skies, sunny blue skies, partly cloudy, but emphasis on the partly. All right, we're going to do a rolling left here. No stop sign at this part of our neighborhood. And then we're going to do a rolling right. No stop sign here for us either. We have the right of way at this intersection. Make our right turn. We've got a roundabout traffic circle ahead of us. About 100 or so feet. Got a truck coming out of their driveway. We're going to slow down just a little bit. Make sure that they stop. They do. Gonna go into the traffic circle, make an immediate right turn. Good to go. Excellent. Got someone on a bicycle directly ahead of us. They've made a left turn going the same direction we're going, so we'll see how we handle that. All right, come to a complete stop. Put on the left blinker. Take a left in front of the middle school. Got a young child, just ran across the street. Got an oncoming vehicle. They got to go a little wide due to the cars along the side. We handle that well. We're going to make a rolling right here. No stop sign. All right, we got a four-way stop. Going to put on our left blinker. No cars coming out of the middle school. And we have a vehicle that did not make a stop immediately to our left, but we handled that well. They did the what's termed colloquially the California stop. All right, now here we go. Got a narrow road. We got a bicyclist directly in front of us. We slow down for that bicyclist. We get over to the left, give them room. And then we get back right over to the right with an oncoming vehicle. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Great job, Tesla FSD. And that's with the sun coming directly into our face as well. Or into my face, I should say. Tesla FSD does not have an animate face. Not yet. All right. Gonna come up to a three-way stop here in just a bit. Put on our right blinker. Got some oncoming trucks. Got a Chevy, got a Dodge. Come to a stop. There we go. Take our right, and we're good to go. Go ahead, edit, second here. Going to come up to a two-way stop here. The traffic on Knox Road has the right-of-way. We don't have any traffic to our right. We do have a old Ford F-250 coming through. We let them get through. We turn left over the railroad tracks. I'm going to come up to the stop sign here. We do have oncoming traffic on 494. They have the right-of-way. No stop sign or stoplight for them. We make our left turn. Excellent. Great job. Excellent job. All right. Now we are going to head up to the intersection of 494 and North Park Drive, and we'll see how we do making that right turn. Got a pedestrian on foot right beside us. Handle that well. And we've got a construction zone, road construction zone coming up here as well. Go. See our lane selection here. Get over to the right. Great job. Now, are we going to take that temporary right turning lane that's been set aside by the construction crew? Now, this time through, we do have other vehicles going through there, so we do have lead vehicles. So, not as good as seeing it do it all on its own, but still, nonetheless, if it does it, that's a good thing. All right, we move on up. We're going to follow the expedition. We do. So like I said, we did have a lead car, so not 100% test there, but still. All right, we move up. No oncoming vehicles. We get out into traffic. All right, now let's see how our lane selection does up here at the intersection of North Park Drive and the 59 East Tex Freeway feeder. All right, already I don't like it because we're getting over to the left, and we're going to need to continue straight underneath the bridge. So and there we go, we get back over. Now we should get over one more lane if we do it right, and it's not doing that. See, the thing is it knows it needs to make a left turn in about 200 or 300 yards. So it's trying to stay to the left, but the problem is that this lane that we're in right now is going to turn into a left turning lane. Not right now, but as you pass under the bridge, it turns into a left turning lane. And so the best lane selection for us to continue to go straight after we've passed through underneath the bridge is to be one lane over to our right. It's not a showstopper, but it's still not, it's not the best. It's not optimal. So we'll just see what FSD does here. We got the green light now. Let's see if it starts making any moves or continues to stay in this lane. Let's just see. All right, we're moving on up. No blinker yet. All right, what are you gonna do? There he goes. Now it's giving us the blinker. See, it waited until the very last moment to put on the right blinker to get over. That is not optimal. You can do it, but it's just not optimal. And quite honestly, I will fully acknowledge, just to, in fairness and full disclosure, that was made easier by the fact that there was not any traffic directly to our right. So that obviously made that a bit easier. But again, that is not optimal. So the lane selection at that intersection, it's gotten better. I would say on 13.2.8, we're at about 50-50 now. About 50% of the time, it'll get into the proper lane. but it's still hanging out in those leftmost lanes and not recognizing that they turn into a left turn only lane until the very last moment. So, and I get why. I think I get why. My guess is because it knows it needs to make a left turn into the HEB parking lot literally a couple of 100 feet once we get past the overpass, the 59 East Tex Freeway Bridge. All right, we're taking a left turn into HEB parking lot. Yeah, my guess is that it's trying to stay to the left because of that. All right. See how we do here in the parking lot. Good lane selection here. These are one-way parking lanes. So good decision making there to pick the right direction of a lane. All right, continuing on through. Let that Ford truck move in. We got a gentleman to our right, and we've got two young ladies to our left. We scoot over just a skosh for them, give them some room. Let her fix her bra. Hey, we've all been there. All right, continuing to move on through. Definitely going a bit slow. You can see we're going about 5 miles an hour right now. It is very cautious, and I get it. There's a mass of humanity parked in the parking lot. We just saw plenty of, all right, now we're hesitating. Oh, I see why now. We have a pedestrian directly to our left. All right, now it's deciding. Yeah, see, I did not even see that. Now let's see if we continue to go down the parking lot. I think it's just going to stop. So I'm going to pick a spot once it stops here. That's fine. End trip, navigate. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Let's see how we do here. Good lane selection. And I'll tell you, I just picked an indiscriminate spot. So it did a good lane selection going down parking lane. We've got a two-way here. So it picked one of the two ways. All right, let's see. We could park right here. There's plenty of spots right there, but no, passed it up. Gonna keep going, gonna get over a bit for those carts. All right, let's see how you're gonna do here. Well, it's gonna try and park. Is it actually gonna get in this one? Wow. Now I'm gonna tell you what, it actually parked pretty good. It picked the wrong side of the road to try to park. As you can see, this was a two-lane parking lane. So technically, you're going to have a better shot parking on the other side. You got a better angle. So it took you got to have a bit of a good turning radius. And am I going to say it is the crackerjack parking job of all times? Absolutely not. Are we in the lines? Yes, we are. Could I get out of the car and go into HEB and not move it? Which I'm going to do. Yes. All right. Well, let me shut her down for here for just a second. I'm going to go run in. This is a quick trip to the HEB. Going to do a couple other quick trips before we head back home. Let me go take care of that, and I'll be right back. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, back in the Tesla. Let's head on to our next stop. Push the little blue button, rear camera comes on. Make sure we turn out the correct way. Great job. I was a little worried about that because it had parked. Well, you know what? I take that back. It's a two-way. So we were going to be good to go either way, but yeah, it's kind of interesting that it chose that side to park on, but it worked. Interesting. So we normally go up to that intersection up there at the light, and instead it decided, and again, that could be because of where we were parked, but it decided to go around the HEB gas station instead and come out this way, which is definitely more efficient, but it just hasn't ever selected this way before. All right, we come up. We do have a vehicle oncoming, but we should be good after they pass on through. There we go. We do need to get over into one of the left turning lanes, and we do that. All right. So we are now back at the intersection of North Park and 59 East Tex Freeway. So yeah, that's been a while. I haven't done a lot of drives back here in Houston lately over the last 3 or 4 weeks. So just got back from Wichita, Kansas, into last week. Had a nice drive up, and again, we were there for like I said, 3 weeks, back and forth. Some great drives. All of my drives between Houston and Wichita have been zero intervention. And again, I'll be the first to admit 99% of all of the miles on those drives are highway miles. So I'm literally on 45 up to Dallas, and then you obviously got to go through the spaghetti warehouse called Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex, and eventually get on 35 and take that, and 35 goes all the way up through Oklahoma City and then into Wichita, Kansas. So I'll be the first to admit it is about 99+% all freeway. But as we all know, freeways can have their complexities as well. You know, road construction, lane closures, all that sort of stuff. But no, FSD handled it great. So this is really my first time to kind of get out and about. I rested over the weekend, kind of hung out with some family, and really didn't get out much over. I did so much driving over the last 3 weeks, just between here and Wichita, and then while I was up in Wichita, did a bunch of drives up there that when we got back at the end of last week, I was just like, no, let's just rest a couple of days. And so did that. So yeah, now it is Monday, March 31st, and just getting back out on the road, running some errands. We just did HEB. Good to go. We're going to get up on the freeway here for just a little bit. Got some traffic, as you can see. Going to have to do a little bit of lane merging. We're only going to be on 59 for a couple of miles, but we're still going to need to merge. Let's see how we do here. Very good. Got our left blinker on. Going to try to get over as much as we can. There we go. Not sure how much more it's going to try to get over. Again, we've only got a little bit over 1.5 miles till our exit. So not really sure it's going to try to race all the way over to the left. It's done it before, but it always makes it back over. But it seems like it's pretty content right now. But yeah, so did a lot of road tripping and some day drives up in the Kansas area. And I've got all of that uploaded already to YouTube and X. So hopefully you've been able to get access to that. Hope you enjoy it. On the road trip back from Kansas to Houston, I filmed the whole thing. So I've got the entire 9+ hours of driving uploaded to YouTube. And then I did some time lapse speed warping to it to, you know, some folks don't want to watch the entire 9.5 or how many hours it was. So what I did is I took the exact same film, exact same footage, and I just sped it up and laid some music, dubbed some music to it. So if you don't want to watch the entire 9+ hours, there's like a 20-minute video out there. And if you see, one of the good things about the those time lapse, one of the reasons I like doing, there's a couple of reasons I'll do the time lapses every once in a while. Is number one, they're fun, right? And you get to see an entire drive in anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. In this case, it had to be 20+ just because it's so daggone long. I mean, we're talking about a 641-mile drive. So you're not going to get that into a 5 to 10 minute spiel. But it's fun to do it, lay some music on it, have some fun. But the other reason I like time lapses is that you can watch the entire drive, and if there's something that really interests you, like you're like, oh wow, that was pretty interesting what it was doing there, and then you can go to the longer video and identify that spot and watch the actual raw footage and see it in actual raw 1x normal speed version. And so you might not have access to that without the time lapse. So for my YouTube audience, I will try to do more of those time lapses as well. Always do the raw 1xers. And I do apologize. I know I got a couple of comments on the raw video for the road trip that, man, it'd have been nice to have the road noise at least, but quite frankly, on a 9+ hour road trip with my wife, a couple of things there. I want her to be as comfortable as possible, right? And so I'll generally leave the front camera off in that perspective. And then it's just so difficult to go back and, go back through and mute things that need to be muted. And I'm just going to be blunt with you. We discuss a lot of family stuff that, any of y'all that are married, do you want everything you discuss with your wife out on the internet? Hell no. So, like I said, the conversations that happen between a husband and wife aren't even admissible in court. You can't make rights. If you can't make a wife testify against her husband, then, there you go. I'll just leave it at that. So just discussing personal stuff, family stuff, all that, work stuff, professional, but just stuff between us. And so sometimes, I'm good to go in including that in there, but there's a lot of it I don't. And quite frankly, for these longer videos, man, if there was some sort of AI tool that could go through your video and identify, do keyword searches, and Final Cut Pro doesn't have that. And I'm not aware of any AI agents or AI tools out there that can do it yet. Let me know in the comments if there is. All right, we're pulling into Whataburger. Let's see how we do in the Whataburger parking lot. Let's see what we're going to do. We're going to park. Yes, we are. How are you going to do? You going to pull in? We're in the lines. Great job. All right. Well, another good parkage. Granted, at the HEB, I had to set a manual pin for that one. But here at Whataburger, pulled right on in. All right. Well, this one is even going to take me less time than than HEB. But let me shut her down, and I'll be back in the Tesla in just a second. Bye-bye. All right, back in the Tesla. Let's do one more stop before we head home. Push the little blue button. Put the rear camera on. Hesitated just a few seconds there. Got the, oh, now I see why. Okay, I did not see that car coming in there. Great job, Tesla FSD. All right, we got a work crew right here. Let's be careful coming through here. They got their doors open, and then they've got a huge sinkhole right there. So I want to avoid both of those, especially the sinkhole. Unprotected left. Great job. Excellent. All right, got the sun coming right in right now. Oh, they got a Salada over here now, right next to Waxing the City. I'm not even going to ask what they do at Waxing the City. I won't be visited. I guess, you know, if you're going to Salada, the salad place right next to, you can go get waxed, get a Brazilian, and then get a Cobb salad right after. Oh, never mind. Put those two together. But that's pretty cool. That's actually a new part of the shopping center. All right, passing by the Kroger gas station. Unleaded, $2.69. So if you're still driving around a combustion engine with the dino juice, they got some pretty cheap dino juice over there. All right, coming up to a four-way stop here. Gonna take a right turn. Take another quick right turn and then roll into a left turn. Let's see how we do in here. I always like to stop by the Tesla Superchargers here in New Caney, Texas, just to see what's up. Got a lot of Teslas out here today. This may be a record. All right, it did not park me though. Interesting. So let's see here. Let's see if it'll. Did I do that right? No. Let's do this then. All right. Again, we're not going to charge up. I always just like to come by the local Tesla Supercharger we have here in the area and just see what we got. Maybe there's sometimes you'll see some Cybertrucks. None today, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other Teslas. So including me, there are 7 Teslas here today. That's awesome. I think that may be a record, at least for when I've been here. All right, let me, yeah, I mean, that's a record for when I've been here. So again, we're not going to stay in charge. I just wanted to come check it out. But yeah, so we've got one pulling out, another Model Y, old Model Y pulling in. So yeah, let me go ahead and get the home navigation up on there. Push the little blue button. Head on out. So it didn't automatically park us. That's interesting. So the last, I'd say 2 or 3 times that I've been to the Superchargers here, it has automatically reverse parked me in. And so I was like, man, that's awesome. And this is my home charger, right? This is the, oh, we were about to head through, and then we stopped for the Ford coming through. I think that's a Ford Explorer. Yep. All right, we pull on through. But yeah, I'd say about the last 3 times in a row, it automatically reverse parked me. And it did not do that this time. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Obviously, I was able to just go ahead and auto park. But yeah, it's interesting. Now that could have been, it shouldn't be, but I was going to say that is it. Like I said, there were 7 Teslas at the Supercharger here in New Caney, Texas. And so maybe that had something to do with it, maybe the angle. But I don't think it is, because at the end of the day, there's a ton of room to park. Like if you're going to reverse park there, you see how it's set. It's great for that. There's a ton of room to your left when you pull in there to reverse park. So the angle should not be an issue whatsoever. So I don't know. Again, I always remind people, the parking at the end of a trip is still not part of the core functionality of Tesla FSD 13.2.8. Just not. All right. Getting in the U-turn lane. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. There is one more stop that I need to make. So let me, once we get around here and get over in the lane, I totally forgot there was one more place that I want to go to. Let's see here. Trip, navigate. Let's see. There we go. Sorry about that. I just automatically hit home, because that's usually where I go after I visit that Supercharger. But there is one more place, and it's very close to my home, that Speedy Stop. So I need to make one quick stop there, and then we'll go home. Yeah, let me just check to make sure that it's got us. Let's see here. Yep, good to go. All right, coming up to the 59 East Tex Freeway feeder. We're gonna take a right up here. Go, come up. Look for any oncoming traffic. There is none, so we move on through. Get on over. I think we are going to get on 59 for about a mile. Sip here. Picking up some speed. Oh, actually, we're not. Are we going to get up? We'll see here in a second. I'm not sure we get up on East Tex. Maybe we do. Not a lot of traffic going southbound on East Tex anyway. But so yeah, now that I am I'm back in Texas, and I'll be here for a while now. Probably will not be going back to Kansas for about a month or so. So I am gonna do some more drives around Texas now that I'm back. Do some around Houston. Head over to Austin. So I've done Dallas. I've actually done drives. I've done more drives through downtown Dallas than I have downtown Houston here in the last month or two. See, I'll do some more FSD drives around here in Houston and maybe get over to Austin, do some drives over in Austin. Austin's not that far. All right, continuing to move on over. We got about 1.25 miles until we take the North Park exit. You can see the rush hour traffic on the other side of East X going northbound. All coming out of downtown Houston, headed home. We're kind of at the tail end of rush hour. Yeah, it's about 5 minutes after 7. So we're right at the tail end of rush hour for the next half hour or so. Yeah, so today's drive is more of an errand run. One of my more typical around the Porter, New Caney, Kingwood area. Just some errands runs. But it's always good to throw the GoPros on, video it, see if you see anything interesting. You never know. You never know. Really anxious. No, I shouldn't say anxious. Looking forward to the next software update. So we have been on version 13.2.8 for well over a month now. I was looking back through some of my videos, and I think it's almost been 1.5 months now that we've been on 13.2.8. So I know that they're gearing up for the June launch of Robotaxi in Austin. So I get it. The folks at Tesla AI, they are laser focused on whatever that version that's going to be quote unquote unsupervised. That's what they're focused on right now, and that's what I want them to be focused on. I am absolutely fine with that. So if we don't get any more point releases between, I hope we do. And I'd be surprised if we don't get some releases between now and June. But then again, that's only 2 months away. I mean, that's April and May, right? And then you're in June. So I'm hoping there's some point releases, because there's some other things they can do, right, prior to going to unsupervised. I mean, you don't need to have supervision to have parking at destination functionality. And obviously the 3 times larger model. But like I said, I know they are laser focused on getting us to unsupervised for the June launch of Robotaxi, which they have reiterated several times now that they are on track for that. And it's not just Elon. So, you know, we've all got the the jokes about Elon time in the Tesla community. But when it's other folks in Tesla AI and Tesla employees that are telling us this and quote posting it and everything, then our ears perk up a lot more. So they have reiterated it over and over. It's launching in June in Austin. They're all set. So I know they need to focus on that. But again, be nice to have a couple of, even if they're just small point release updates, would still be nice to get a little something. Right, got quite a bit of road construction through here. Don't know, I mean, they're making some progress over there to the right. I can tell they're getting ready to lay the foundation for the new road that they're going to put in over there. But just taking them a while. Right, there we go, end of the road work. Now it's funny, going to the Speedy Stop from this direction has always had a little bit of an interesting lane selection issue as well. So the Speedy Stop's about a half a mile up to our right. And Tesla FSD loves to hang out in this left lane literally till the very end. Gets over into the right lane and then makes a right turn into the Speedy Stop. Always does it safely, but it's just not optimal. All right, see, we're literally, once we get past this traffic light here, the Speedy Stop is to our right, and you see our positioning right here. We'll put on our right blinker. Yeah, see, that was not good. That right there was not good at all. So we were able to do it. And quite frankly, I will tell you, I think one of the reasons it was able to do it, number one, it gets shielded by that light, right? So you lose traffic in that right lane that's turning right onto Woodland Hills right there. But the other thing is we got helped out because there was another vehicle turning into the Speedy Stop. All right, let's see what we're doing here. Are you going to try to get gas? Oh. Now that was not good. Let's go ahead and reverse park in here. All right. Yeah, that was not good. I like that. Granted, it was, I'm going to get out here in a second and check on my left mirror, but you saw that post right there. I don't know whether it was moving forward to try to reverse park in here or it was just trying to get out of the way, but you clearly saw that my left, and it collapsed. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, but it must have not seen that post right there. I'll look at the video camera, but that's not good. And so once I get out and go run my errand here, I'm going to take a look at my mirror there. I mean, it did exactly what it's supposed to do, which is collapse on something like that. But yeah, see, it's just, we were sitting there talking about, or not sitting there. Well, yeah, we were talking about parking spots and how it's still having issues with these convenience stores and shopping centers and getting into a parking lot. And yeah, I just don't get it. It's like, it would seem like there ought to be something that would, as good as it is out on the open road, that once it gets into a parking lot, it can, like, something like that can happen. All right, well, let me go check my mirror real quick just to make sure that it didn't get damaged. I'm looking at it right now and it doesn't look like it got too damaged, but I just want to see from a paint perspective if it's okay. All right, everybody, I'll be right back. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, back in the Tesla. Let's head on home. Push the little blue button. Put the forward camera on this time since we're reverse parked in. All right, let's go back by the scene of the crime. So I did check. I am very fortunate. There's literally zero damage to my left mirror that did exactly what it was supposed to do in that situation when it collapsed in. So very fortunate there. All right, we're making a left turn here in the turning lane. Great job. And then this is going to be tricky to get into this right here. Let's see if it needs me to intervene at all. We sneak up a little bit. We got to be careful because we have oncoming vehicles with a very Not a great line of vision. Still got some oncoming vehicles. If we go, we got to go. You better go. Great job. Great job. Man, that was excellent. But man, when you go, you got to go right there. That was one of the best jobs I've seen it do at that intersection in getting out there. And it did put on the boosters. I felt that. But yeah, not gonna lie. Once we got into the Speedy Stop parking lot, and I will tell you, that is one of the parking lots that historically FSD has had the hardest time with. I don't know why that particular parking lot is one of the most problematic. You know, all of them are on a scale, right? And anybody that uses Tesla FSD to a large degree, like, you know, many of us do, we know some parking lots are great and some parking lots are just not that great right now. And that one is just hit or miss. There have been times where it's done fine and it's literally parked me in a parking spot really well. Most of the time it just stops and just gives up in that parking lot. And then every once in a while, I'm gonna wave at the police officer. Gave me a wave back. And then every once in a while it acts like it's either going to take me to the gas pump, which I think it was taking me to the gas pump to try to get out of the way, or go that way to then reverse park in. I'm not sure it was trying to reverse park in because it went pretty far. You saw that. It was acting like it was just going to try to go to the gas pump. All right, let's see how we do here. Once we get, I think it's just going to parallel park. Huh? Maybe not. Maybe not. What are we going to do? Are you going to try to park in my home driveway? You going to do it? Come on. Come on. Nah, it's just going to give up. Oh, maybe not. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it just does not like that hump at the front of my driveway. So let's see what it's going to decide to do here instead. It's just going to park right in behind my brother-in-law. Is that, well, eventually you're going to have to give up here. What are you going to do? It's going to do it again. Well, you're going to have to give it some oomph. Give it some oomph. Give it some oomph. Give it some oomph. There you go. Keep going. 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 So, when it does something silly in a parking lot, then it'll turn around, and this is like less than 1% of the time that it, like, I don't have to do a thing now. Like, this is the best parking job ever in my home driveway because I don't have to do a thing now. I just get out and put it in because I have to, usually even if it tries to park in my home driveway, it comes in straight. So then I have to manually turn it around so that I can put in my home charging cable. And now I don't have to do that. I'm in a perfect spot. So who knows? It does something stupid over there. I shouldn't say stupid. I mean, it's in a parking lot. We all know it doesn't have parking functionality yet, but it does that. And then at home, I get home and it does this, which is brilliant. So yeah, we just got to get that parking functionality in there. You can see it's emerging, but you can also see it's not all the way there at all. All right, well, did a bunch of errands today. No interventions. parking lot to parking lot. We did have a couple of lane selection snafus, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We did have, obviously, that one snafu in the Speedy Stop parking lot, where it just went a little too far forward, trying to get out of the way at the gas pump. And so I went ahead and auto parked, manually took over and then auto parked. But then we get home and it does a perfect reverse parking. Like, couldn't draw it up better. All right, well, I will get this downloaded and uploaded. I hope everybody's having a great Monday evening. Hope you're having a great start to your week. And you know I love all of you, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye-bye.